Hello, gorgeous Taurus. Welcome to your weekly reading with me. Today, we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to trust my intuition on this one. At least I'm having fun, basically, during these readings because I really want to tap into. Usually we do it for the week, right? But I want to see what message really is standing out for you the most. These might be quite specific, so it might not resonate with everyone, and that's okay. These are general readings overall, so we're not always guaranteed to have one every week. But whatever this is, I hope it makes sense to someone out there. All right, my angels, because I did a little pre-shuffling and I wanted to tap into your energy and sit in it a little bit more before I actually start the readings, because I just want to give you more, I don't know, like maybe more accurate, or again, I don't know what it is that I'm looking for here, but it's here. So we're just going to dive into it, my angels. So speaking of the first messages that I got before I even pulled any of the cards out, there was this energy of going within. And the cards literally speak about that I pulled out. And I'm going to show you so you guys can see. I have music on as well. Sorry if that bothers anyone. It helps me. If next time you guys actually prefer without any music, then I will maybe just put it on so I can hear and put it lower. Okay, but anyway. What did I get? Because I have a little notebook here. So there was, going within and seeking answers are my angels. And then these cards came out first. And I'm going to link it with this because you're making a big decision, or you're going inwards at the very least during this week to really go inwards. I almost feel like with the Queen of Swords, this is clearly you. The Hermit would represent that this is a time where you're spending some time alone. You're really going within. And the Queen of Swords just feels a little bit like, I don't know, being tired of fighting or being tired of feeling the way that you've been feeling. Queen of Swords is about protecting her heart ultimately, right? She's got a great bullshit detector, right? She's very good at catching lies. She's very good at speaking her mind and communicating things. She's can be very blunt, very direct energy, which is not a bad thing. I love the Queen of Swords. She's a boss. So that's you guys. However, when I saw this card, it was just this energy of she's putting a sword down and not even looking at anyone in the eyes anymore. And what that feels like to me is that you guys are tired. And that you are probably, whoever I'm speaking to, starting to make a decision instead of relying on other people around you to help with this decision. I think this is a time where you're making the decision within. And the energy that I get from this, I mean, the mirror coming up makes so much sense as well, because I feel like your external world is triggering for you at the moment, and it just doesn't feel aligned with you anymore. I don't know what area of your life that would be. That's your task to figure that out, if it resonates with you or not. But it just feels a little bit like there's a major decision coming up in your life that you're going to have to make, and it's not easy. This reminds me of times in my life where I've had to do something and just trust myself that it's the right thing, because whatever I was in at that time just didn't align with me anymore. Or a situation where someone might not be telling you the full truth, or someone could be leading you on. It's the kind of energy that I get where it's like, I could stay and I could feel the same way, hoping that things change in this, or I could make a decision to change it myself. And that's the decision I think that is you're up against, right? Because the Two of Swords is here as well, which is you needing to go within. I'd say not to rush this answer for sure. Really take your time to go in, right? The mirror is almost like maybe looking at this from a different lens, because this says who or what is triggering you. It could be showing you something within yourself that you might need to look at. So that's interesting. So there's a lot of you going in, a lot of you reflecting, analyzing. That's what the Hermit does best, looking at things from a higher perspective, from a soul perspective. What do you need, right? That's what the Hermit comes up. It's not just about material world or what's going to make me most successful. It's really saying like something doesn't feel right, even if it looks right, or even if it sounds right, it doesn't feel right. So Two of Swords, making a big decision. Because again, I feel like you're putting a sword down. Some of you are not fighting anymore. Some of you are not trying to speak your truth anymore. I feel like some of you could be going silent on people. Because you need time for yourself is what ultimately is coming up. You need time to think. You need time to reflect. You need time to figure out your own opinion, your own decision on something. So again, I'm not seeing what's going on around you, which is so interesting, because I think this is just highlighting that you're really going in. Anyways, the next thing that I got is a very, very, very beautiful combination of cards, which almost came out as like a double message, which is interesting because it says double mission. You have warrior woman, which is you, right? Queen of Swords would make so much sense with this energy. But it says, have you answered your deepest calling? And you got the Pleiades, which says channeling and uplifting humanity. So for a lot of you guys, a big part of your calling is to enlighten people and to enlighten others, to help people connect with themselves, to raise their frequencies, right? To maybe to help people who might be struggling, or whatever it is that might resonate with you. A big part of your purpose, your soul's purpose in this world, is to shine your light. Just reminding me of the Hermit here. To teach. Some of you it's to teach. Some of you it's just knowledge that you bring is helpful to others. So the more that you dive into yourself, the more you're going to help the world. I feel like it's going to come natural to you. Some of you guys could be life path number 7. Or you could relate to a life path number 7. So I'd really dive into that if I was you, to look into it. But yeah, so a lot of you guys, your external environment right now is becoming a bit of a mirror, because it's trying to help you align with your mission in this world, which is also to uplift humanity. So pretty darn good cards if you ask me. But of course you're going through a challenging time, not gonna lie. Like, this is a very, if I remember times in my life where this happened to me, right, needing to trust these are very difficult times. However, they're very, very rewarding. I must tell you that they're very rewarding. Every time I've made a decision and trusted myself, and come out of a situation or just changed things because I knew they just didn't feel right, my life got drastically better. So you might have to go through the hard part first to then feel such relief and success afterwards. And that's, again, speaking very generally, because I don't know how. I'm just going to relay the message, and the message is still important. But that's what I'm seeing for you here. So I'm just going to dive into a bit more. The first thing I want to ask here is, what does Taurus need more of during the week ahead? Oh, well, you don't need more of regret, but it could be, again, about more of knowing that you cannot change the past. One of my, I don't know why I'm feeling called to share this, but one of my biggest motivations in life, or motivators, is making sure I don't live with any regrets. And that makes me want to step into that even more. Maybe that would be helpful for you too. This says, I know I cannot change the past, but I also feel like this is about decisions that you need to make. Aligning with your purpose. A lot of you, I don't know what that means. Most likely your career, most likely cutting out anything that is stopping you from living your purpose, right? Sometimes that can be screen time. Sometimes that could be a specific relationship that we're in. Whatever it is, it's definitely, this is on a soul level that I'm speaking to you about. So I know I cannot change the past. So yeah, as I was saying, I try my best to clear energies, to make hard decisions, because it usually is in those where your life can really change. So anyways, what you need more of is an understanding that you cannot change the past, to remove any regrets that you might be feeling, or to make sure that your decisions now remove any more regret that you might have later on down the line. All right, my angels. What is another theme or a message that you have for Taurus in the upcoming week? Express yourself. I'm saying something about tapestry. I don't know what they mean by that, but some of you could be buying new tapestry or something. Anyways, you've got to express yourself. Communication is key. Talk about it. Reach out. So again, really important here. Queen of Swords. This feels like more maybe journaling for you could be really helpful, right? To express how you're feeling, because that's the only way we can really dive into our triggers, is by expressing it. The Hermit, right? This is Virgo energy ruled by Mercury. So a lot of swords and thoughts. So yeah, you're really being called to maybe converse with, maybe this is a really important time to be extremely honest with yourself and others about what's going on, how you're feeling. To ask for help if necessary, right? To be extremely honest, right? The mirror. Okay, you're being called to, I know this is so messy. My Virgo mind does not like to see it. However, I want it to be just, I don't know. Let's see, what else is going on for my gorgeous Taurus? What do we got? Callie, which says endings and beginnings, which I did feel, not gonna lie. And this is your third eye opening. So again, connecting deeper to your purpose, connecting deeper to the reason why we're here, which is our soul's calling. The old must be released that the new can enter. So you guys are changing your life. I'm not gonna lie, between now and the end of the year, moving into 2026, your life is gonna transform drastically. More aligned to a version of yourself, or again, a mission that actually really fully aligns with your soul. So yes, you're going to go through a lot of changes, right? They're showing me the death card here. So that is about endings and new beginnings, allowing transformation to happen by accepting some sort of truth, by accepting some sort of decision that you need to make so that beginnings can enter. Anything else for Taurus? Boundaries, that also came up. You have very similar message to Aries. Maybe you could benefit from listening to that reading too, especially if you've got Aries in your chart if you're on a cusp, because you guys always seem to, they had that hermit energy as well. But anyway, you got boundaries here. Love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. And I just do get this sense here, especially with that Queen of Swords putting that sword down. I think some of you have just maybe tried for too long, or you've tried for long enough. If you're in dispute with someone, that's the main specific message I'm getting, where it's almost like I'm tired of trying to convince anyone of my feelings, or I don't know, it's like I feel like the outer world's not hearing you, and that's why you're like, you know what, I need to change my outer world. I feel like you've tried enough. I don't know. It's just this energy of you're putting the sword down. You're not even looking at anyone in the eye anymore. So you guys could be really like blocking people, placing boundaries with people. But it's a very peaceful energy she's coming from, by the way. It's like, it's hurt. I feel like there is hurt. Like when I think about it, it makes me like in my stomach and in my heart, it hurts. Like a sharp realization that you're going to have to change something. You're going to have to really let something go in order to open up new doors. So that's a decision you have to make. Love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. Right. I want to roll the dice. I want to see what area of your life this will be important for you during the week ahead. 7. I knew it was going to happen. That's why I saw a 7 in my mind. And I knew that it was about a partnership. So for a lot of you, this is about people around you. For a lot of you, the 7 is about partnerships and romance and relationships. And because it reminds me of a time in my life where I had to leave someone who was gaslighting me, manipulating me like crazy. But, in the middle of that, you don't feel like you're like, what if I'm just overthinking it, I know something's not quite right, but maybe I'm just, need to believe or trust this person, or understand them deeper. I always felt like there's something I could do more of, until you come to the realization that actually maybe you need to listen to your gut and that this person's not right for you. But that's just, doesn't have to resonate with everyone in that way. These are quite specific messages, really, but it just reminds me of that, where it's like something's not quite right here and I need to trust myself with that. And that could also be the same with career. It also happened to me in my career too, and that's why I'm doing what I do today, because I also had that sudden realization that the outer world could change as much as it could. Well, it's just not going to. So with your regret, it's really random, but the card that says, I know I cannot change the past, I almost feel like I know I cannot change others or the external world. So I have to change where I am in that external world. That's just really what I get for you. I had a feeling my old job wasn't really what I was supposed to do forever, right? And as soon as I noticed that truth, I started to really enjoy it less and less and less until I was being pushed in a new direction. That's why I do tarot today, right? I swear to God, Spirit pushed me here. For sure. So it almost feels like that for you, where maybe you are kind of being pushed so much to a point where you're like, you know what, I have to maybe cut something out. I have to change something completely. Again, I don't know what it is for you. A lot of you, got number 7, so it could be business partnerships. Some of you, it could be partnerships like romance and marriages and stuff like that. Okay. All right, let's actually dive in a little bit into your tarot. Let's get a few cards out just to get some more messages for Taurus in the week ahead. 10 of Swords. That's an ending. That's a complete ending. What about that? The King of Wands. So it could be with a fire sign, right? Aries, Sag, Leo. This again could be you quitting a job and you starting your own thing. Doing something that you're actually passionate about. But again, so you could be dealing with a fire sign if it's a partner. But this is really about you ending something for sure. Even if it's a part of yourself, so that you can have more happiness. Yeah, I love this energy. By the way, 10 of Cups is happy family, happy home. It is just about ultimate happiness in your future. It's a goal. What's going to fulfill you. So you guys are really, again, removing anything that's not bringing you emotional fulfillment. I asked what's ending and you got the Death card here. So it's just major transformation in your life. They're not going to tell me exactly what it is because I think a lot of you will resonate with it in different ways. But the message is always the same, that, like I said, I saw the Death card. It is about major transformation in your life and letting some things go so that you can, again, step into your mission here, which is channeling and uplifting humanity. Yeah, so 7 of Swords and the 2 of Swords. So again, removing any people who might be gaslighting you, just going to say that, breadcrumbing you. But the 7 of Swords could be, again, sneaky behaviors or even your own, right? Running away from your own purpose. 7 of Swords. I always say this is self-sabotage or someone else's sabotage, right? And the 2 of Swords, again, is here. So it is a need to make a decision. Not just any decision, and definitely don't make the same decision. It's time. I almost feel like you've chosen the same sword over and over again. Maybe that's why you're putting it down. It's like, okay, I'm going to have to do the other thing that's going to change everything in my life. An ending. Whatever that is, I don't know, but it's almost like with this regret card just staring at me, it's almost like I'm going to regret it if I don't do this. I'm going to regret it if I reach the end of my life and I feel like I've not lived my purpose, or I felt trapped in certain relationships instead of finding true love. Like that 10 of Cups is so important in your journey to at least be happy, right? And that's not always about how much money you make or, staying with the same person, that you promise yourself to if they're making you unhappy, right? Of course, whatever area of your life it is for you, it's important for you to reflect on it, right? The mirror. Yeah, I don't know. Very, very big inner work for you guys. So I'm going to leave it like that. I hope you guys got something from this reading. If it made some sense to you, please let me know in the comment section below. It's quite specific, which is how I kind of wanted it to be today. Because I just wanted to kind of dive into one story. Because usually I get a big overview. And maybe this is the same. You guys let me know. For me, it feels different. It feels like I have more freedom to explore the energies instead of just, sometimes I don't know why I'm like telling you everything. I'm telling you my life more casual in these videos for some reason. But with YouTube, right, you have to kind of make sure that you are engaging people. Otherwise you lose them. But it's made me feel like my videos are fast. I never get to sit in the energies anymore. But anyway, that's your reading, my angels. I hope it's made some sense to someone out there. I hope it's given you some support and some guidance, like a big hug from spirit. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.